Celebration, congregation, and welcome to a morning motivation of Goat vs. Fish. Morning Motivational 64. Speaking of Morning Motivational 64, we've got music by Sunshine, we've got Goat vs. Fish. All right, Sunshine, you ready? You ready for this? You ready for this? You ready for this, Sunshine?
Yes.
Hey, Sunshine.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Look at me.
You're leaning. Yes, yes, you know the verses.
Yeah.
Weed pipe. Says beautiful carp cadences. Was that a carp cadence?
Oh, those are one of the carpish cadences. There's many variety of carp cadences. You have carp major cadences. You have carp minor cadences, and on occasion, dominatrix cadences. Yes.
Ham 272 says fish. Welcome, fish. Celebration for fish. I can fix Amber Heard says wonder what we're gonna do for motivational 69.
Ooh.
You can think about that. I can fix Amber Heard, but what are we going to do for motivational 67? That's a whole other verses.
Oh, that's the more profitable verses. 6-7. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can make stream 69. We can make it a collaboration. Start throwing out ideas, Goat and Fish. What do you want to see on stream 69 of the morning motivation? You tell Goat versus Fish. Wondrous Fish Harmonies, Wondrous Fish Harmonies. But know this, we are in stream 64. It's Goat versus Fish 64.
Celebration.
It's Goat versus Fish 64. Goat versus Fish 64. Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish. Versus Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish versus Fish versus Goat versus Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish versus Goat versus Fish versus Goat versus Fish. Are you goat? Are you fish? Are you goat? Are you fish? Are you goat? Are you fish? Are you goat or fish? Are you goat? Are you fish? Are you goat? Are you fish? Are you goat? Are you fish? Are you goat or fish? Yeah! Celebration! Celebration for GoatVsFish 64! Do you think Mario is what makes the music so memorable, or is it just so good that it would be music all on its own? Sunshine, want to take that one?
It sounds very... It's... I didn't play Mario 64 growing up. I might have played it for like 2 seconds, but yeah, the music is very nostalgic, but also the middle part is from Steely Dan's Kid Charlemagne.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, it sounds very similar to Kid Charlemagne.
Well, we are certain that they are taking lots of inspiration when they dream of these musications,
Yeah.
surely.
It's a very big band oriented. It's very Duke Ellington inspired. Very Duke Ellington, Count Basie orchestra inspired, and they threw the outro part of Kid Charlemagne by Steely Dan from the Royal Scam album. So it's pretty fun verses right there.
Well, check this out. How about this? You want to talk about big band orientation?
Ooh.
You want to talk about big band orientation as you fence around with that mic there?
Yeah, for sure. I'm all about that orientation.
Check out this verses.
Oh, those guys are great.
Some of the verses, when they do these big bands, they have to sort of big bandification and musications, but this one, it's already big band musications, already ready to verses.
Yeah.
We heard that Nintendo gave them some sort of complaint of hey, you chain chomp, get out of here. Are you goat or are you fish?
Ooh.
It's yelling at GoatVsFish. That they said that Nintendo was like, hey, stop using our characters and animations for your music videos, so they had to stop that.
Yeah, then Nintendo can be fancy with that. Yeah, J3PO is everywhere.
J3PO, what's that?
Oh, he's a keyboard player, I think.
Oh, so you know some of them.
I know of them. I see them pop up here and there. But yeah. They're all very, very good.
How many millions of cameras must they have in this versus? Do you suppose they record this all at once, or do they do several verses? They must do several verses.
Definitely overdubs. If I had to guess. Because there's a lot of people playing. But also the piano is like the main part of it, but it looks like it's... I can't tell, honestly. Ooh. They did the whiplash da 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 da.
And then they went into whiplash again there. Whiplash before the drum solo.
Ooh. That's the Steely Dan part.
This verse is here.
Yeah. And the drop is a solo.
Not my fencing tempo! Welcome, Goat and Fish, to your mighty morning motivational with Goat vs. Fish. We're getting ready to seize the verses. Goat and Fish, let's get strong. Let's start jumping around. Let's start collecting that monetization. Get out there and earn your verses. Goat and Fish, you can be the star. Celebration, 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 celebration. Celebration. It's Goat vs. Fish, Morning Motivation 64 with Sunshine and Goat vs. Fish. Lysergic Freak Fish says, okay. Okay.
I have not heard of the Australian video game jazz group The Tonsils, in case you were wondering, Weed Pipe.
In case you were wondering about that.
Just in case.
Hey, look at the Instagram of Goat vs. Fish. Hey, look at this. Look at this 420 post with Afro Man.
Celebration.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, man? Come on, man.
Celebration.
Celebration, Afro Man. Appreciation. May we say to you that we appreciate.
I got high. I don't know what's going on.
Hi. What's going on?
I'm happy, though.
We are so happy that you are happy. We are so happy that you are happy.
I think I'm at Burger King high and drunk.
Oh, Burger King is a false.
I want a Whopper like a...
Oh, please.
Hey, well done. Let's go.
Let's go.
I want a well done Whopper.
You use your freedom to say lemon pound cake. We exercise our freedom to say Goat versus Fish. We yell it from the mountaintops. We yell it from deep in the sea of the fish. And we have asked hundreds of thousands, simple ones just like you, to choose between the goat and the fish. And now it is your turn. Afro Man! Do you choose goat or do you choose fish?
I'm going to eat both of them. Yeah!
Getting high on the fence, getting high on the fence, getting high on the fence.
Yeah, I'm eating them all, man.
Get high, get the
Afro
munchies.
Man. You ain't gonna cheat me, homie.
So
You ain't gonna rip me up. I'm gonna get them all, man.
You have no preference between eating goat or fish? No preference whatsoever?
I don't know what goat tastes like. Just in case it tastes better than fish, I ain't gonna opportunity to eat it. You understand me? So I'm gonna eat the goat and the fish.
Double the consumption!
What's happening?
That was Afro Man versus Goat versus Fish. That was the whole verses. That was the whole verses on the fence, but so jolly about it and so munchy about it. And that verses alone. That verses alone. 209 likes on the Instagram. Ooh. It's a hot versus. It's a hot versus indeed. This Afro Man on the Book of Faces and on YouTube's and on Instagram has been getting a lot. It has been getting a lot of likeage, lots of commentation. So we think it was well versed. It was well versed both to get the verses with Afro Man and to slickly edit the verses with Afro Man, because everyone is just loving this verses of Goat versus Fish. Everyone's loving this verses.
Ooh, it is a very powerful verses. I guess it did touch 300 people and made them choose to eat both goat and fish.
Wow, Mama's Goat. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat. It is strange to Goat versus Fish that even here on the YouTube of Goat versus Fish, when we look at this versus, talk about the fencing algorithm to Goat versus Fish. When we look at the YouTube of Goat versus Fish, when we check the content of Goat versus Fish, we check the shorts of Goat versus Fish, we can see here on the YouTube versus 41 likes and 13 commentations and yet a mere 800 views. Now 800 is nothing to fence at. Some shorts of Goat versus Fish can get 800, some can get 1,000, but very few receive 41 likes on the YouTube Shorts, which is strange to GoatVsFish because if everyone's liking it so much, then why don't you send it out to 1 million goat and fish to look at GoatVsFish YouTube? Why are you hiding this beautiful Afro Man versus from the interwebiverse when everyone likes GoatVsFish versus Afro Man? You're fencing yourself, YouTube. Share this versus far and wide. Everyone likes the verses. 41 likes to 800 views is an incredible ratio, says Wow Mom. So what are they fencing around for? Lord Saturn, 7 consecutive streams. Let's hear it for Lord Saturn.
Celebration for Lord Saturn.
Let's hear it for Lord Saturn. Let's hear it for Lord Saturn. Let's hear it for Lord Saturn.
And we all want to know, are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or are you fish?
Lord Saturn with the musications. Lord Saturn, Bayonin 420, hi fish. I can fix Amber Heard says exactly what Wow Mom says. Does that mean you're saying goat? So we've got verses to do, we've got verses to get through. We are implementation. This stream format where here we are in conversation with you, GoatVsFish in the throne of GoatVsFish, Sunshine and Hi-Fi. They said, "Hey, GoatVsFish, we like this. Oh, and we have Weed Pipe. We have our special guest Weed Pipe here with us, joining us here. It seems that Hi-Fi couldn't make it, but there's Weed Pipe celebration. Man Diggity Snag, welcome to GoatVsFish. I love how much Wow Mom wears Sunshine's fish hat. Wait, it's the reverse. I love how much Sunshine wears Wow Mom's fish hat celebration.
It is a great hat, Wow Mom. You're a master crocheter. You're a master crocheter.
You're a master crocheter. We're thinking of putting these custom hats on the GoatVsFish store, on the store of GoatVsFish.
Ooh.
Yes. So you can order one and then you can get custom colors and you can order a hat of fish or you can order a goat hat from the store of GoatVsFish. From the store of GoatVsFish. If one of you wants one of these fish hats, start throwing out estimations. What would you be willing to pay for a glorious fish hat, a custom-made Wow Mom fish hat like that? We'll take your recommendations. It's Mouse Rat says, I'm Fish Bro, celebration for fish. Hand knit, $29.99. That's Refensulous. Ham mods, $29.99. Do you know how many hours of bleeding hooves Wow Mom and Prue Lawrence have to do? Oh, and that's a new verses. These fish hats are made not only by Wow Mom, but Wow Mom and Prue Lawrence, who shows up in the stream from Versus to Versus and is frequently watching. In combination, it's a team versus. Maybe you have the fish hat. Maybe examination of this fish hat. Look at this verses. Every one of these verses is hand stitched. Every one of these verses. 30 versus American dollars. 30 versus American dollars for this. Oh, it's going to cost a bit more than that. For a hand-knit custom hat, easily 60 is the lowest I'd pay, says I Can Fix Amber Heard. Oh, do not take offense, Wow Mom. Do not take offense, Wow Mom. They know not of what they verses. They know not what they verses. Wow Mom versing the fish. Wow Mom, ham mods the fish. Wow Mom says, I don't work in a southeastern sweatshop.
As someone who worked in a southeastern bra factory, I can tell you that they make it would cost more than $29.99.
It would cost more than $39.99.
Then $29.99. Yeah.
I Can Fix Amber Heard says easily 60, the lowest I'd pay. At least we're getting somewhere with that, but it would be more than 60, be assured. Let us ask you this: Do you want to make 20 versus American dollars an hour? Do you want to make 20 versus American dollars an hour? Do you think it takes 60 Do you think it takes 3 hours to make this versus?
I forgive you, hair mods.
Do you think it takes 3 hours to make this versus? And what about shipping the versus? What about shipping it to you? And what about the profit? What about the profit of Goat vs. Fish? What about the profit of Wow Mom and Prue Lawrence? This is serious versus. Serious custom versus.
Yeah. Australian money also depreciates quickly in addition to Canadian money.
I usually don't buy things like this, so I don't have a point of reference. Celebration. Now you can.
You can start, and you can start.
You can start having a reference now.
You can have a Wow Mum hat collection.
Wow Mom hat collection.
Yeah. It's, it only appreciates in value.
We can assure you, I can fix Amber Heard. It's going to be more than 60. We can assure you it's going to be more than 60. We can assure you it's going to be more than 60.
And if we get one on David Gilmour's head, we can sell it for $1.4 million versus American dollars.
It's true. It's true. Colors of your choosing. Colors of your choosing. And Goat Hats 2. And Goat Hats 2. So yes, that's an Afro Man versus. So Goat versus Fish, yes, we are here. We are in a relative mode of relaxation, but it is still the morning motivation. It is still the morning motivation, and we've still got verses to do. We've still got the board of Goat versus Fish. We've got to clear it. We've got to clear it. Ooh, Lord Saturn's shirt and coffee mug just shipped. That's a celebration. So in honor of Goat vs. Fish 64, in honor of Goat vs. Fish 64, we think we're going to jam out to a lot of 64 musications this versus. So let's try another 64 musication. Let's try this versus. Let's try this classic versus. Let's try this classic versus. Let's try this versus. Goat and Fish. It's a classic one. It's time. It's time to count the Goat and Fish. It's time to clear the board. It's time to clear the board. I can fix Amber Heard. You can say 60 for sure, but you may not be so sure once we start asking you for more. So much skillful navigation. What a wonderful stream. Hey, John Ray. Hey, John Ray. Say sunshine, can you hand the spray bottle to Goat versus Fish, and can you hand that little piece of chalk to Goat versus Fish? Both? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Appreciation. Appreciation. Time to clear the verses. Time to clear the verses. It's 64 musications like you've never heard before, with Sunshine adding the extra jams. Fish, 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 fish. Goat, 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 goat. Fish and goat, fish and goat. Hammond says, I would like one of those hats, though. I will buy a hat, says Hammods. I don't know if I'm still undervaluing. Sorry if I am, but the most I could personally pay and could afford would probably be around 100. Beyond that, I don't have the funds. Well, 100 is getting somewhere. 100 is a reasonable versus for a hand-knit fish hat, says Well Mom. 100 is a reasonable versus. There may be some shipping calculation. To include, but it's a reasonable versus. It's a very reasonable versus. 100 is a very reasonable versus, says Wow Mom. 100 is a very reasonable versus. 100's a reasonable versus. Wow Mom, if they make a donation, if someone makes a donation of 100 versus American dollars to GoatVsFish, would you be willing to commit to a fish hat for a tip of 100, and we figure out the verses. GoatVsFish. What do you say? It's up to you. And if you find it's not enough, then next time you can do more verses. GoatVsFish. Well, Mom has said that for 100 versus American dollars, you can get a custom fish hat. But GoatVsFish here, GoatVsFish now. 105. Or if not 105, then 104. Because the credit cards, the master fencer always takes their percentage. So GoatVsFish, in order to compensate for the master fence, 104 versus American dollars. That's shipping inclusive. For 104 versus American dollars. A custom fish hat with colors of your choosing. There's only one available at this price. Exclamation tip, 104 versus American dollars. And a fish hat could be yours. Celebration! Let's change the musication. Let's get to counting the goat and fish. So here's the verses. We love having these streams where we can be very close to the congregation. Just like this. How much for the goat hat? Same verses. 104 for the goat hat too. GoatVsFish wouldn't dare charge any less for the goat hat than for the fish hat, just on principle alone. Guess who's back? Trainwreck is back. Celebration. Trainwreck is back. Celebration. Here we are. So this is what we do. We do a verses like this. Celebration! Are you goat or are you fish? It's time to count the goat and fish. Oh, hello. What's the materials of the hat? A fair question. Wow Mom will answer all of your hat questions. Wow Mom is here to answer all of your hat questions. All of your hat questions. Acrylic, wool, and mohair. Are you goat or are you fish? It's time for your morning declarations. It's time for your morning declarations. GoatVsFish is at the board. GoatVsFish is at the board. The weeds of I Can Fix Amber Heard are still growing out of control. We don't know how much longer we can take this. Sunshine, how much longer can we take this I Can Fix Amber Heard weed just growing everywhere?
There's more space on the back of the board.
Ugh. It's wrapping up. I Can Fix Amber Heard. It's wrapping up everything. It's going out of fence control. It's fencing around everywhere. Oh. Celebration. Psychic Buckeye 12 with a subscription. 19 months of Psychic Buckeye 12. Celebration for Psychic Buckeye 12. With a subscription to GoatVsFish. That's a subscription for Goat. What's your favorite color, Psychic Buckeye 12? What's your favorite color? Let's get it in the verses. Purple says Psychic Buckeye 12. Let's get Purple Goat. Purple Goat. Celebration for Purple Goat. And the other goat will be Wow Mom's Goat. Here's your Purple Goat, Psychic Buckeye, for your subscription to GoatVsFish. Appreciation. The Uncle Bogo's Goat. Goat starting off strong. Celebration for Goat. Wow Mom the Goat. That's 3 goat. Are you goat or are you fish? We've got TML81 with the fish. You may have already declared goat or fish. We saw Bayoden in the verses for fish. Some of you chose fish, some of you chose goat or fish, but you'll just have to declare again because GoatVsFish, the desk of GoatVsFish is so far away now that GoatVsFish cannot reach, so we can't scroll up to see what it is you said. So you'll just have to say it again to GoatVsFish. Weed Pipe. Weed Pipe's in the verses. 15 minutes ago, we know Weed Pipe is fish. Let's get fish. Fish in the verses. It's Mouse Rats and Celebration for Fish. That's another fish. We take what we can get. Lord Saturn, I've waited a few streams for this. All hail the goat! Celebration for goat! All hail the goat! Weed Pipe fish, Kazam TTV goes fish. That's 5 fish in the verses of GoatVsFish. Subscription for goat. Remember Goat and Fish in this verses. All your subscriptions, bits, and tips, and radiations, they all count towards the verses of GoatVsFish, and for 10,000 channel points, you can exchange them for a whole verses of goat, a whole verses of fish. Doesn't it feel great? Yes, the stream may have started late, but doesn't it feel great to get that morning motivation underway? And look at Sunshine play! Yeah! BBDH187 the fish! Fish are coming back in a big way. And that is our initial declaration, Goat and Fish. If you want to get one more initial declaration, because once GoatVsFish returns to the station, then we're going to have to wait a few verses before we return to the board of GoatVsFish. And we will return to the board of GoatVsFish. But if you want to get in your initial declarations, now's the verses. BBDH187 on YouTube says double the fish for me, Celebration for fish. We're doubling the fish. Doubling the fish. Hello, my tomatinos. It's me, Senor Tomat from Deep Fat Fried. Oh, Lord Saturn with 5 gifted subscriptions. Lord Saturn! Lord Saturn! Lord Saturn with 5 gifted verses. 5 gifted verses.
Lord Saturn.
We've got 5 for the goat. We've got 5 for the goat. We've got 5 verses for goat. We've got 5 verses for goat on this GoatVsFish 64 stream. On this GoatVsFish 64 stream, and ham mods. Ham mods with a +1 fish. With a +1 fish. Lord Saturn with 5 goats. Lord Saturn with 5 subscription for goat. Baby goat coming through. Each one of these goat representation, a subscription for goat. A subscription for goat. It's like goat down on the farm. It's like goat down on the farm. Autumn Samurai comes in for the fish. Autumn Samurai the fish. Autumn Samurai, are you fish? Are you goat or fish? Autumn Samurai, we saw your comment on the Afro Man versus and appreciation. Weed pipe the fish. Oh wait, we counted your verses, Weed pipe. We did count your verses. Adam Samurai with the flying fish. Autumn Samurai with flying fish. Pat Eastador says, I am fish. Celebration for fish. Autumn Samurai says, I appreciate Afro Man not eating all the goats and fishes yet. Oh, but they were munching hungry. We don't think it was long. How long do you think after they spoke to GoatVsFish before Afro Man started munching on everything? What, 10 seconds? 5 minutes? And so in this verses of GoatVsFish, Lord Saturn with 5 gifted verses for goat. The goat, 1, 2, 3, 4 goat, but 5 subscription for goat. And the fish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fish. Fish are leading the number of goat and fish. And oh, my verses, the Uncle Bo with the gifted verses. Bo. The Uncle Bo with the gifted verses for goat, Suddenly a goat started streaking across the theater. Woo! Suddenly a shirtless goat started streaking across the stream. Whoa! Shirtless goat, the Uncle Bo, celebration for goat. That's 6 for goat. Lord Saturn, and the Uncle Bo with goat. Celebration. It is great to see you. Wise one. It is great to see the wise GoatVsFish. So that's the verses. That's the verses for now. We will continue the count. Well, as a matter of verses, we are in a hype training. Goat and fish. We'll just keep remaining here. As long as we're in this Twitch hype train. We are in a Twitch hype train, so we might as well just stay here and just keep being hype. Goat and fish. The hype is not going to end. We have another 3 minutes and 45 seconds of hype training. So let's hype it up. Oh yeah. Let's hype it up, yeah. You feeling the hype, Sunshine? You feeling that hype?
Ooh, I feel the hype. Yeah.
We're doing our morning celebrations. We'll hype it up with some morning celebrations for Goat versus Fish. Ooh, look, we can get a little sunshine in the corner there. That's nice. Look at that. Sunshine in the corner of the verses. Look at that sunshine. How's that for a verses?
Yeah. You can almost see my hands.
Let's try this. How's that? Now we can really almost see your hands. That's a fair verse.
All the
fair
hands.
verses. Time for morning celebration. Join Goat versus Fish celebration. Celebration.
Celebration.
Celebration. Celebration. Celebration.
I'm just doing avant-garde this.
Celebration. 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 Avant-garde. Avant-garde musications on Goat versus Fish. Who could ponder such a verses? Who could ponder such a verses? That's our morning count. That's our morning count. We will return to the count. We'll return to the count again in future verses. But in the current verses, we have 6 subscriptions for Goat. 4 Goat in the verses. 4 Goat in the verses. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fish. We've got a lot of fish. Maybe our fish ad is having more influence than we thought, Sunshine.
Oh.
How, indeed? How, indeed? And I Can Fix Amber Heard is still on the fence. Oh yes, so now you see. So now you see, yes, we're going to just be having a lot of, and you can take a reprieve whenever you need, Sunshine, but we're going to be indulging in a lot of this, all of this 64 musications, just because it's stream 64. We should enjoy the 64 verses. It's on theme, it's on brand for Goat versus Fish. Here we have the Goat note. Here we have the Goat note. Make some noise for the Goat. Make some noise for Goat note. And if you choose Goat or Fish, or you cheer any bits to Goat versus Fish, or you tip to Goat versus Fish, Goat versus Fish is going to take note on the Goat note, using the pen of Goat versus Fish, and then at a future versus, we'll return to the board of Goat versus Fish, and we'll transfer everything from the Goat note onto the board of Goat versus Fish. So declarations are still in effect. Celebration for goat. No, John Ray, are you goat or fish? Are you goat or fish? Okay, so that was goat versus fish. That was some Mario Kart 64. That was some Mario Kart 64. We're going to give Sunshine a little 64 musication break, but we'll return to the 64 musications. Return to the 60 more musications. Goat versus fish is going to get some hydration. Do you wish any libation? Can we bring you something, Sunshine?
Ooh, if you wish, you can bring me a barley beverage.
A barley beverage and inebriation for Sunshine?
Yes.
As you wish.
I think for me, this is 420 part 2.
420 part 2. Ooh, did you hear that? It's 420 part 2 for Sunshine. Tell us about 420 part 2.
So 420 part 2 is loosely inspired by Boxing Day, which follows Christmas Day. But I'll have you know that 420 part 2 can only be facilitated with the help of the congregation.
With the help of the congregation. For a tip or a cheer of $4 versus American dollars and 20 cents, Sunshine will continue in the spirit of the celebration of 420 goat and fish. For $4 versus American dollars and 20 cents, we can only promise you that Sunshine will continue feeling the verses of 420. We'll continue in the spirit of the verses of 420, which we think is somewhere in the yard out there.
Yeah, somewhere in the yard is a 420.
Somewhere in the yard there's some grass of the land or some weed of the sea. And if you want Sunshine to consume of the grass of the land and the weed of the sea, which of course we're just talking about grass of the land and seaweed, of course.
Yeah, seaweed from Nigeria Market, which is a Japanese grocery store.
Then of course, if that's what you want, if you want Sunshine to say hi to 420, but let's just give an honest versus. If you want to sponsor Sunshine's there. Their fins, they're so precious. They work so hard. If you want to sponsor a 4-minute and 20-second break for Sunshine, then for $4 versus American dollars and 20 cents, you can sponsor a little Sunshine break.
Ooh, you would save my hands the attention.
It would. But we are going to BBDH187 says tip 420 indeed. BBDH187 celebration.
Hi-Fi. Sorry not to cut you off. On verse terms, but Hi-Fi's supply is there, and if you want me to deplete the goat supply,
like as a verses of goat to consume all of their verses.
Yes. As a part of a fish victory, we're entitled to consume the grass of the goat, despite being fish from the sea.
It's up to you, but we are going to leave you with Sunshine while we go get some libation.
Celebration. And by that, I mean celebration. You guys, I love this new format of me. I feel closer to you guys. I don't know if it's the amount of time that we spend together, but I'm getting a little Stockholm syndrome, and I'm feeling emboldened to my captors, which happens to be the congregation. I like the chair verses, I Can Fitz Amber Heard, and I like the verses that it entails. You don't know how you feel about the chairs? That's fair. But I find for the chairs, I tend to be more present in the verses, and I tend to be more emboldened to the congregation. If I'm bad, then I'm plain. Sometimes I go into autopilot and I forget about the verses. But I understand that format is enjoyed anywhere. But also, in the front, I get to be up front, and I get to talk to you guys in the camera. And there's something special about these verses, and it's a very new format. So I think also, I think it went so well yesterday that we were like, yes, we must try and see how we go along with the chair verses. But so far, I'm loving it, and I'd imagine it's a dramatic change. That also, we were also high on the fence. on the fence, on the grass of the fence, the vines that creep up on the fence. That is, not high on the fence itself. I can fix Amber Heard. But I'll have you know that Hi-Fi Protege is coming along. He's having his heroic arc. He streamed yesterday.
Oh, is that so?
He streamed yesterday from his car. So that was a very strong versus. And he is, I think now he just has to keep streaming. And eventually he'll have...
Trainwreck appreciation for 20 bits.
He'll make it to eventually bronze and then to eventually silver. And if he's versus enough, he'll make it to eventually gold.
Trainwreck with 20 bits appreciation. Thank you for that contribution. Oh, Trainwreck with Trainwreck 40 bits and that's 100 total bits. That's 100 total bits from Trainwreck.
Oh, wow.
Nice verses. 40, 40, and 20 for fish. 40, 40, and 20 for fish.
Much appreciation.
So Trainwreck, we're going to put this on the goat note. We're going to do a verses for fish. And so now we know when we return to the board, we have 100 for fish. We have to add 100 for fish. Celebration for 100 for fish.
Celebration for fish. Blub, blub, blub.
So yes, we are thinking that all this week we're going to be doing chair streams all this week. Just because when GoatVsFish tries out a new format, Goat and Fish, let us tell you something. When you try something new, try it once, and if it feels versus, try it twice, try it thrice. GoatVsFish, you do not have to get ahead of yourselves. You don't have to suddenly say, oh, we love this new format. We're just going to do it forever. We're going to do it forever. No, but we are going to take a week of GoatVsFish, and we're going to see what this new format brings. Isn't it a fascination, Sunshine, that you just move a few verses around, you take the goat and you put it at the fish, you put the fish, you put it at the goat, you just move around a few verses, and suddenly GoatVsFish can feel so different. All new and exciting things can happen with just subtle changes on GoatVsFish. Have you found this?
Yeah, and with these new verses, I feel much... I find it much versy that I'm very close to the congregation, and I feel much more connected as a species of goat and fish.
I Can Fix Amber Heard says, can I share an opinion on it you may find fancy? Well, I Can Fix Amber Heard. It's never stopped you from sharing an opinion before, so by all verses, share. Share away. Share away. Share away, I Can Fix Amber Heard. Share away. Howdy, y'all, Bud Morgan. Hi, howdy, y'all, Bud Morgan. Bud Morgan, are you goat or are you fish? Sometimes goat and fish just need to have a seat on the fence. Oh, Trainwreck. No. Goat and fish don't need to have a seat on the fence. It's more like the fence sitter needs to have a seat at the table of goat and the table of fish. Instead of sitting on the fence, they can be at the table with goat and fish, and they can be consuming and making celebrations.
We're sitting on verse chairs.
This is a throne of GoatVsFish. It's not a fence at all. It's not a fence at all. It's not a fence at all. GoatVsFish doesn't sit on the fence. After all, we suppose that maybe we feel closer to the congregation because we're probably enjoying GoatVsFish in much the way that many of you watching are enjoying GoatVsFish. It's a parallel verses. Fish should be sitting on the goat. Fish should be sitting on the goat. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. Fish. Fish sitting on goat.
Yeah, fish is getting on top.
Fish sitting on goat. Fish sitting on goat. I've been fussing with a fish. Fish sitting on goat. We think it's time. We think it's time for a poll. We do have a YouTube poll going on GoatVsFish, but we think it's time. Oh. We think it's time. We think it's time for a poll. We think it's time for a poll. Maybe a combination poll. Marmalization race. Remember, when you open it, make sure they can hear you. Make sure they can hear you open it.
This is what you're fighting for. This is what you're versing for. Celebration.
I versed a goat and I liked it. I can fix Amber Heard with the dissertation. So withstanding it definitely takes more energy out of you guys, but it also brings a more energetic vibe. When the goal is to motivate people in the morning, that extra energy really comes through. A fair versus. It is a morning motivational. It's true. Sitting feels more relaxed and laid back by comparison. That said, I do like the chairs, especially for certain segments like the 420 versus, my opinion, though. It's a fair versus. It's a fair versus. It's a fair versus. It's a fair versus when it comes to the morning motivation. Yes, being able to moving about, it makes a great versus. It makes for a great versus.
Wouldn't the verses contradict themselves if we just did goat all week, all year, and never fish? And same if you did fish all year and never goat. I mean, that sounds good, but it would become stale goat very quick.
We need variation. We need variation, of course. But yes, we think we're going to do all chairs all week. And then we will return to it, and then we'll return to it. And then we'll return to it from verses to verses. Maybe we were pondering maybe once a week chair stream. Or maybe Goat and Fish, when we start doing evening streams of Goat versus Fish, perhaps the morning motivational, we rise up for the morning motivational, and then we have a reclining stream for the evening inspirational. But it's just another way to Goat versus Fish. It's just another way to enjoy Goat versus Fish. And the more ways we can enjoy Goat versus Fish, the more superior the verses. Psychic Buckeye 12 has their coffee in the GVF mug. Psychic Buckeye 12 needs to wake up so you can go DoorDash to make some simoleons. Yes, make your monetization.
Celebration.
Goat versus Fish, you are out there making your monetization. Goat versus Fish is here. Solicitation, your donation. It's a kindred versus. Trainwreck says, I haven't ever heard the bongos played yet. Also, will our Japanese friend ever make another appearance? Yes, Michelle Malizaki has made 2 appearances, and they'll make appearances again. And, of course, you can go, and the link is in the congregation. You can listen to the podcast, and you can listen to them whenever you wish. Hi-Fi is on the bongos and his Trainwreck. But you say Trainwreck says you've never heard the bongos? Well, we think that we should give them a bongos then.
Ooh.
We think we should. We think we should give you a bongos if you've never heard them before. We think it's only a fair versus. So,
I saw some hieroglyphs written on the skins of the bongos. Maybe there was previous civilizations of goat and fish that have drawn to illustrate a life lived before the New Testament verses.
Will Birdbrain return to Goat versus Fish? You can find Birdbrain at birdbrain_RCH. We suspect Birdbrain would return to Goat versus Fish. And we suppose that we are very pleased that you so enjoy the guests that we have on Goat versus Fish. You want them all back? That's what we like to hear. But we'll tell you this, if you want Birdbrain back on Goat versus Fish, then you go into the stream of Birdbrain and you say, hey, Birdbrain, when are you going back on Goat versus Fish? You say, hey, Birdbrain, call Goat versus Fish. We are certain they will return. And maybe with some friends. So, Trainwreck, Goat Morning, Dragon Balls 325. We've got another Goat in the verses. We've got another Goat in the verses.
Celebration.
So let's count one Goat. Let's count one Goat on the Goat note. We think we need a thicker pen so you can see this verses more easily, but we're counting one Goat. One Goat on the Goat note. 4. Ooh. Here's the verses. Oh, so we've got Goat, Fish, 100 for Fish, and a Goat. Celebration, and we've got one Goat. For Dragon Balls 325 to add to the board. Wasted Height, welcome back to Goat versus Fish.
Celebration.
Wasted Height, this is Sunshine.
Hello.
Do you know Wasted Height? Wasted Height is a very frequent Goat versus Fisher. We have not seen them recently, but here they are back on Goat versus Fish. It's very pleasant to have you. This is Sunshine, our musication maker, and they're here. They're the vessel of Goat versus Fish.
Celebration, Wasted Height. Let me Justify my presence here.
Trainwreck with a gifted versus. Trainwreck with a gifted versus. That's one more versus. That's one more goat-scription. That's one more goat-scription. That's one more goat-scription. Trainwreck. Appreciation Trainwreck for a gifted versus. That too will be added to the board of GoatVsFish. But first it's time. It's time. Oh, Fishscription. Oh, my verses. That was just a test. That was just a test of GoatVsFish to test your loyalty, and you passed. You passed with flying verses. GoatVsFish knew it was for fish all along. We got that verses. We got that verses for fish. Fish.
Celebration wasted space.
We now have 80 subscriptions in the congregation, going on 100. So let's get you some drums. Just so you can say you did.
Cheers, Trainwreck. Oh, there's some hieroglyphs on the skins of the hi-fi goat skins.
Yes, we don't know what happened. We think goat versus fish. We think that hi-fi just for some verses wanted to draw on everything.
I guess he was looking for new ways of exploration. That's the journey of the hero that can save us. Celebration Trainwreck. Not yet, wasted height. I'm looking into it. I'm looking into voiceover work. But I appreciate, much appreciation. Much appreciation, wasted height. But I do have a weekend stream at It's Sunshine. So if you want to hear me talk more, I do that on the weekend streams. Celebration. Trainwreck wants to know whether Fourth Wall ships to Japan.
We don't know, but you might try to find out. You could try. You could try. You could see what happened. We think so. We think so. It might cost you an arm and a fence, but Sunshine, can you read the Goat vs. Fish? Off of the Goat note, what do we have to add? What do we have to add to the board of Goat vs. Fish?
We have under Goat. We
Under
have
Goat.
2 goats.
2 goat. Goat. That's 1 goat and another goat.
Celebration.
Celebration for goat.
And for fish, we have 100 verse bits.
Celebration for 100 for fish from Trainwreck.
And under sub for goat, it's illegible.
It's fence. It was a fence versus.
Oh, that's why it's illegible. It's a fence sub and a sub for fish.
A sub for fish.
Fish.
A sub for the fish. A sub for the fish. Let's get a sub for fish. Let's get a sub for fish. And speaking of Japan, let's go. Let's go with the tuna. Let's go with that tuna. Tuna for fish. Yeah, most likely the shipping would be expensive, but I really want that shirt. Well, it would, even if Goat vs. Fish shipped it to you directly, it would still cost. It would still cost to ship. It just does to ship the verses. It's just going to cost the verses. It's just what it is. Remember, a goat hat and a fish hat are still available for $104. That's $104 versus American dollars. 104. Goat versus fish. Goat versus fish. A poll of Goat versus Fish. We were speaking of a poll of Goat versus Fish. We were speaking of a poll of Goat versus Fish. Goat. We were speaking of a poll of Goat versus Fish. So let's get that versus. We do have a poll going on YouTube. Goat versus fish, a classic poll. Goat, what type of goat should be in this versus? Goat, for this poll, we want you to nomination a goat. We want you, Goat, to nominate a goat. It can be a type of goat. It can be an adjective describing the goat. And fish, we want you to do the same verses. What kind of goat versus what kind of fish? It's time to give these verses some character. So we want some nominations. What type of goat and fish are we talking about here? I Can Fix Amber Heard's fainting goat. However, I Can Fix Amber Heard is a fence sitter, but we will take it under consideration if we have a second from someone in the congregation. What type of goat? What type of fish? Giant Megalithon, says Trainwreck for fish. Okay, now that's a versus. Giant Megalithon. A giant blubby megalithon. Can you choose a type of fence? You can try. I Can Fix Amber Heard.
There's only one type of fence.
Fence sitter. So what type of goat? What type of goat we talking here? Fish have a representation. We've got giant blubby megalithon is the fish. Are there any goats in the congregation who want to put up a goat? Cast iron fence. Cast iron fence. They require a lot of care. Those are pretty heavy. They're pretty heavy. Goat. Do we have any goat in the verses? You want to nomination a goat, or is it just goat? Is it just classic goat for the verses of goat? Or is it just classic goat? Is it just classic goat? Yes, please. Goat. Lord Saturn, what kind of goat? Can you give us an adjective for goat, or a specific kind of goat, or some kind of, or whatever the verse is? Give us some verses. Give us some verses here.
Space goat, or wizard
Space
fish,
goat,
or black goat. So much to choose from, but there's only one kind of fence. Filler.
black goat, says Lord Saturn. Whoa. Black goat. Bud Morgan, but Bud Morgan, you're on the fence, aren't you? So we've got Black Goat versus Giant Blubby Megalithon. Black Goat, Giant Blubby Megalithon, Cast Iron Fence.
I think it must be rusty cast iron.
Rust, yes. You were...
No one cares to take care of the fence.
Rusty Cast Iron Fence. Rusty Cast Iron Fence. Rusty Cast Iron Fence. And we'll say unification. Unification. GoatVsFish, it's going to be 100. It's going to be GoatVsFish, it's going to be 10 GoatVsFish, 10 channel points per vote. 10 my fence is gold. Okay, a rusty gold cast iron fence. Fence hitters, they can't agree on anything. Oh wait, it can't be gold. It's already rusty. We can't hear you.
What do you call the gold? How about gold galvanized cast iron fence, but it's rusty?
What's that?
Gold galvanized. So it's really cast iron, but it's been marinated in gold.
We think that they just took the cast iron and just mixed it with gold, like totally, like they weren't even thinking about it. Oh, why don't we just melt down some cast iron and some gold in the same verses and just see what happens?
Yeah. But it has to be rusty.
Has to be rusty.
Yeah.
Rusty gold.
Rusty impotent gold.
Rusty gold cast iron fence. The poll is about to begin. 5-minute poll. If you do not see the poll, refresh twitch.tv/GoatVsFish. It will cost you an extra 10 channel points for bonus votes. But we believe in you.
I see you, Crazy Awesome.
We believe in you, and the poll begins now.
Appreciation, Crazy Awesome.
The poll begins now. Get in your verses. Get in your verses. Put the fence. Get the fence out of here.
Celebration, Crazy Awesome.
Stop showing the. Just stop. Stop showing this extension to GoatVsFish. We don't need it. There's the verses. Giant Blubby Megalithon with 138 120 for fence, 131 for fence, 35 for Black Goat. 35 for Black Goat. Let's see what we've got here. As the poll continues, here's what we can do. We can open up a second verses. Like this. We can open up a second verses like this. Let's take this verses. Let's copy that verses. Copy the filtration, paste the verses. There we are. So let's see what we can versus about here. So we've got black goat. If we search for black goat in Goat versus Fish, what do we find? If we search for black goat, well, look at that. Well, look at that. Well, if it isn't black goat. If it isn't black goat. So here we have some samples of black goat. Ready for verses. This is your goat in the verses today. This is your goat in the verses today. A sampling of black goat. A sampling of black goat. A sampling of black goat. How about giant, blubby, megalodon? We thought it was a megalodon, but let's suppose it's a megalodon. Here we have our giant megalodon. Very giant indeed. Average megalodon adult 50 feet long. And look at this versus. Big mouth shark. Megalothong. Oh, wait, what's this versus? Are they? It almost looks like they're holding a goat. This one doesn't seem. Giant shark, megalodon, baby blankets, monster, retro shark for kids. That's some SEO. That's some SEO for sure. Trainwreck is tapped out. So how about gold rusty gold cast iron? Fence. Ooh, oh no! The fence, look at that fence. They deceived us with their ostentatiousness. But where's the rust? We don't see the rust. We don't see the rust on that fence.
That's inside of marketing.
There's a rusty old fence. There's a rusty old fence. Rusty old fence. Come on, fish, says Trainwreck. We've got 988 for rusty fence. We got 908 for megalodon. Oh, my verses. Fish needs support. What happens if we search for goat versus fish? Wow, the first verses that comes up is Prue Lawrence's verses. The poll has ended. And oh no, rust gold cast iron fence won the poll. Oh no! Rusty cast iron fence won the poll. Oh no! We've got I Can Fix Amber Heard with 190 for unification. Lord Saturn with 560 for black goat. Giant blubby megalodon fish. BBDH 187 with 5,790. Trainwreck with 3,250. J6 with 10. We love your passion. 3 voters for fish, but oh my verses. I Can Fix Amber Heard, the sole voter. 10,690 channel points, all just for the fence. Wasted on fence. Wasted on the fence. Wasted on fence. Oh, my verses. Fence wins the poll. Fence may win the poll, but the fence can't ever win a versus. Don't get it twisted like a cast iron fence. That's one fence poll. fence. But fish gave a mighty versus. Celebrate more fish. Celebrate more fish. Celebrate more fish. So you think you can fence me and spit my eye? So you think you can verse me and leave me to die? Oh, fancy, won't you sit on that fancy? Just gonna reverse is that goat. I can fix Amber Heard says, make no mistake, I am Big Fence, but we think that we've established that you are merely a lobbyist for Big Fence. We think that's what was established on Goat vs. Fish, was it not?
Yeah, I can fix Amber Heard is really a lobbyist for Big Fence and is the lowest ranking of the Big Fence hierarchy, which is really a pyramid when you look close enough.
Well, I'm happy to speak to Big Fence. I'm very happy to speak to you. Oh, I can fix Amber Heard. Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you, just wandering the courtly halls of the castle Goat vs. Fish, and no, I wasn't eating a burger. No, I've forsworn burgers. I'm never eating a burger again. No, that was just a beef sandwich between two buns with special sauce. But it wasn't a burger. No. I'm no longer the king of burgers. No, I'm a mere humble advisor, viceroy to Goat vs. Fish. That has not been formally established. We are still at provisional verses. We have not yet determined if you are welcome in the court of Goat vs. Fish. Well, allow me to at least demonstrate my services. I will be the liaison to Big Fence, so I can fix Amber Heard. Oh yes, what is it? What is business do you have to bring to Goat vs. Fish? I'm here, the former king of burgers. I'm Lord Sandwich now, the Earl of Sandwich. I really looked up to. I'm so. Anyway, you can call me BK, or you can. Come, let's talk politics. I can fix Amber Heard. What, you usually bring a pretty big versus? Well, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm a pretty big guy myself, so I'm not afraid. Come now. Liaise with me. Talk with me. Come. Courtly affairs can be so tedious, but you and me, we can talk honestly. You can talk honestly with me. Oh, of course, yes. We're just two old chums in positions of importance.
Hey, Burger King. I think I Can Fix Amber Heard is in the running to be your protege. But it's competing with I Can Fix Burger King.
I can fix our protege, but I'm not really looking to take on any interns at this time. I'm currently establishing my own position within the court of Goat vs. Fish.
I'll show you. I Can Fix Amber Heard, like Hi-Fi Protege, is very eager to do your bidding.
Is that so? I Can Fix Amber Heard. Are you eager to do the bidding of the king? Are you eager? Are you ever so eager to do the bidding of the king? If so, then why don't you catch this fence ball? Catch!
Oh, you didn't catch it. Well, that's rough. I guess you're unemployed.
I Can Fix Amber Heard says, well, I'll tell you what. First get accepted into the court of Goat vs. Fish, and maybe then I'll look your way, Burger Fence. No, a very fair position to take. Of course, I'll be earning my good graces in the court of Goat vs. Fish in no time. I Can Fix Amber Heard.
Although it is a rite of passage.
Say, I can fix Amber Heard. I've heard that you have been known to grease the palms of the court of Goat versus Fish. What does it cost? What does it cost to get a nice position around here? Anyway, I've still got a few spare dollars left from my value meals, and then I could throw around maybe a few fence fries, if you know what I mean. Burger King, don't be so crass. Don't be so crass, Burger King. Don't be so crass. Don't be so crass. Who is the court jester to the king of burgers? Well, we're versing. The court of Goat versus Fish is growing. It grows every versus. It hit you? Oh no, you were showing genuine inspiration from Goat versus Fish. Well, you hear that, Burger King? Genuine inspiration is the verses. Genuine inspiration is the verses. Genuine inspiration is the verses. Remember, Sunshine is available for 4 verse American dollars and 20 cents. Sunshine will indulge in some relaxation. Goat versus Fish. Where's the? Why the fence is it? Here we are. Let's do a marble race, Goat and Fish. 1 race, 1 versus. Yester versus was all a big 420 celebration, so we think it's time. We think it's time. You were all like, we want more marbles, Goat versus Fish. We want more.
It's Sunshine with the A. Wasted height. S-A-N.
Yes, Sunshine. Sunshine streams all their own. And so you should follow Sunshine on Twitch. MainTake07. Welcome to Goat vs. Fish. MainTake says more marbles. Wasted height. If you do not follow Sunshine, we have twitch.tv/itssunshine. If you follow, please let us know. And Sunshine will play you a sick riff if you follow Sunshine right this very verses.
Yes, I will.
We knew you would. We knew you would. We just knew that you would. Exclamation play to join Goat versus Fish. Exclamation play to join Goat versus Fish. You have 169 seconds to join. 169 seconds to join. 169 seconds to join.
Ooh, Stay Lifted Productions and Wasted Height followed me.
Celebration!
Celebration! Sit riff coming up.
Time for sick riff. Do you want the backing musicians or you want to take it solo?
I'll do it back music.
Okay. Sick riffs. Goat versus Fish has a versus. Watch this. You're like, I want to see the sick riff. Oh, don't despair. We've got it. We're versing on it. Ooh.
Are you ready for your sit riff? Modern neon is the best.
Sunshine with the riffs. Exclamation play, type exclamation play to join Goat vs. Fish. And this is again for another ounce of stickers of Goat vs. Fish. This is for another ounce of stickers of Goat vs. Fish. When we do these marble races, we're just going to keep giving away ounces of stickers of Goat vs. Fish. Because we love giving away stickers to Goat vs. Fish so you can put them in places. TML81, Crazy Awesome, Weed Pipe, Stay Lifted Productions, J Sticks, Eigenvix Ember, Psychic Buckeye 12, Main Take 07, Goat vs. Fish, Stay Lifted Berry, BBD 27, Wasted Height, Hey Sunshine. We hate to interrupt your sick riffs, but we have just lost power in the pack of Goat vs. Fish. Could you do Goat vs. Fish versus?
Oh, yes. I must.
Goat vs. Fish, can hear. Sunshine fulfilling the tech obligations of Goat vs. Fish. Stay Lifted Productions loves their Goat vs. Fish stickers. If you get stickers of Goat vs. Fish, we want you to post pictures of them in the merch section or in the stream suggestion of the Discord of Goat vs. Fish. We want to mail you stickers. We want you to use them. We want you to post them everywhere. So when we mail you stickers, please post them around. Take pictures of your stickers, where you put them, in public places, or on your computations, or on your mugs, or on your faces, wherever you do your places. We want you to be posting verses, to post verses. And Sunshine returns. With the amplification. Crazy Awesome, welcome to Goat vs. Fish. Eigenvix Amberheard wants to win, but they've got a lot of competition. Here's an obscure N64 musication. Here's some obscure N64 musication. And the verses are on, There goes Crazy Awesome. Crazy Awesome is in the verses, followed by J Sticks. Wasted Height. Psychic Buckeye 12, TML 81. It's a gamble. We're taking a gamble here, GoatVsFish. We're taking a gamble on this one. If anyone knows which N64 game this is, Goat vs. Fish will be very impressed. Psychic Buckeye is trying to get a boost. TML 81, Goat vs. Fish. And Crazy Awesome getting pushed back by the fence. And who's going to roll ahead? Who's going to take advantage of this momentary lapse in concentration by Crazy Awesome? Crazy Awesome is back on the verses again. Crazy Awesome, after a minor setback, has now found their navigation once more. Crazy Awesome, if they can just avoid these final fences. Crazy Awesome takes the verses.
Celebration.
Crazy Awesome. Chameleon 64, not quite. Main Take 07. F-Zero, not quite. Weed Pipe. Main Tank 07 a fish. We have a new fish in the verses. And we have Crazy Awesome. Are you goat or are you fish? Aren't you a crazy awesome goat? Crazy Awesome with 15 consecutive streams with Fish versus Goat. Appreciation. Stay Lifted Productions. Are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or fish? Stay Lifted Berry is goat. That's one more goat in the verses.
Celebration.
That's one more goat in the verses. That's one more goat. More goat. Psychic Buck 12 Celebration Goat. Crazy Awesome goes goat. So that's a marble win for goat.
Ooh.
It's a marble win for goat. Rigged says I can fix him. Heard rigged. Stay Lifted Barry says goat. You weren't calling it rigged back when you won the poll of Goat versus Fish. Crazy Awesome with the win. What game could it be? Let's see. Why it's the Blast Core 64. We think Blast Core. Are we not fencing that Blast Core might have been one of the last games made for the N64? It might have been. Oh, my verses. Selling on eBay for 249 versus American dollars. Never played it. Let's check Wikipedia about it. Just for fun. Blast Core is an action game developed by Rare, also known for Conky Dong Country. And N64, players use vehicles to destroy buildings in the path of a runaway nuclear missile carrier. Wow, that actually sounds a lot like politics today, doesn't it, Sunshine?
It sounds like yesterday.
Sounds like yesterday versus. The player solves puzzles by transferring the vehicles to move objects and bridge gaps. Released in March 1997. It was their first versus, Rare's first versus for N64. 4 and 7 members created the verses. Blast Core was released to critical acclaim and received Metacritic's second highest Nintendo 64 game rating of 97. The game sold 1 million copies, lower than the team's expectations, and received several Editor's Choice Awards. Reviewers praised its originality, variety, and graphics, but some criticized its control and repetition. Universal acclaim. So why don't we have a look at some Blast Core, as long as we're on this Goat vs. Fish 64 stream. Why don't we have a look at some Blast Core footage as we suffer the politics of today. Goat and Fish. Let's see. Nintendo 64 long play. Oh. Look at those graphics. Oh no! So there's the fence explosion. You have to clear the way. It's like, oh no! It's a runaway fence explosion. It can't stop. It can't stop. So you have to destroy everything in its path so it doesn't destroy everything everywhere. So you just get to spend all your verses with blowing up everything like this.
I hope this works.
Yes, of course. Let's start. Oh, what fun! Oh, wow!
Ooh, you got 10 grand for that?
Well,
Wow.
the more you destroy, the more they pay you because they're paying you to save the universe.
Wow. Is that kind of what Amber Heard is doing? Destroying the verses and the Olympic fence.
You think Amber Heard would like driving this around?
Oh yeah. You can see a big fence driving around.
Destroy parts of the universe to save the universe. This really is like current politics. Quick! We have to clear the strait. We have to clear the strait. We have to clear the strait. But that's not the only verses. There's also
This reads like propaganda.
There's also this one that's like flying around and stuff. And then you're like, we're going to slam into all the verses. Whoa, look at those floating nipples everywhere. What the fence? What kind of game is this? What kind of perverted game is this? What kind of perverted game is this? Oh my verses, what's this? Another implement of destruction? Wow. It started off seeming so simple, but now this? That doesn't seem very practical to GoatVsFish. That doesn't seem very practical at all to GoatVsFish. Sunshine, do you ever fantasize about having such ridiculous power as to just destroy everything in the verses?
I have an answer for that, but I also have the answer to keep myself safe from any inquiry. So that's no.
You're just trying to impress me.
I like playing Just Cause 3 though. Just Cause is a fun explosion. Heavy game.
So where's that verses where you like leap around? There's one that's like extra fun leaping around jumpy type verses. We're trying to find it.
On Nintendo 64?
On this versus. On this versus. Oh yes, this one. This one. No, there's another like very nimble, fast. Oh, what's this? Oh.
Ooh. There's a racing game? Or a time trial?
I think the Fence Center would like this one. This one you have to swing your posterior around. You have to.
Whoa.
The Fence Center would like this. With their giant posteriors. They're like, aha! I swing my posterior at you and destroy the verses. So that's Blast Core 64, a much acclaimed and yet somehow quite forgotten versus. Somehow much forgotten versus. It's just some. Ah! Whoa! Ah!
Whoa.
They're firing on the straight.
This has to be an inside job.
Give me my fence. Give me my fish oil. Oh, and there you are, you see, and then you can run about and you can get into new verses. There you are. There you are. Look, there they go. Eventually gold with the gifted verses. Celebration. Gold, eventually gold. Eventually gold. Are you goat or are you fish? High Five Protege, you did see Goat vs. Fish at the Comedy Store last versus. You did see Goat vs. Fish. There is an issue with my subscription, though, and I'm versing it. Oh, no. Well, we appreciation the gift. We appreciation the gift to Goat vs. Fish. We really do. We really do appreciation the gift to Goat vs. Fish. And are you goat or are you fish? Eventually gold. Are you goat or are you fish? Strange verses. So there you have it. Blast Core 64. We were looking for this one other verses. But in any celebration, you've figured it out. You've figured out what it's all about. You figured out what it's all about. You figured out what it's all about, didn't you?
Celebration eventually gold. Celebration Stay Lifted Productions. I can't hear High Five Protege. You would have to be here for that to really register.
So this fence, like it pops out of the side. It's like a side fence.
Yeah.
Side fence. Side fence. Ah! Ah!
Whoa.
Side fence. Dragon Ball Studio 5 says this is unlocking core memory. So you remember this verse is? Ooh, High Five Protege got you on that one.
Oh.
High Five Protege returns the verses. Sunshine sucks.
Oh, he really got me. It took him only 8 business days to come up with a comeback.
Yeah, keep saying error on Twitch's end when I go to sub once more. I'm glad Stay Lifted got by the computation because there was an awesome group of Canadian stoners and was even able to wish them a late 420 celebration. A late 420 indeed. A late 420 indeed. Eventually gold, fish. That's one more subscription for a fish. That's one more subscription for a fish.
We need someone in the congregation to come up with the cliff notes for what's going on the stream so we can recap it to High Five Protege whenever he forgets.
That's one sub for a fish. That's one sub for a fish. Celebration for a fish. Celebration for a fish. But yes, we can say this. We can say this, that in this mode of relaxation, the verses do fly by. It's already been 2 hours. 2 hours of stream for Goat vs. Fish.
Ooh.
I was supposed to be the reminder for Goat vs. Fish. You are still the reminder of Goat vs. Fish. It's still there. We will consider it. We will ponder it.
Celebration Weed Pipe.
421. We call that 421. High Five Protege. Are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or are you fish? We were going to do a goat or fish reaction stream, but it turned into an N64 remembrance stream.
Never forget.
So we're going to. So that's just going to be how it has to be. That's just going to be how it has to be. Goat and fish. N64 remembrance stream. N64 remembrance stream. Right here on Goat vs. Fish. Let's see. Are there any other core 64 memories that we have? Sunshine, do you have any core 64 memories? You said you didn't play it much, but do you have any?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
What's that?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, my verses.
It might violate TOS.
Why would it do that?
Because it's hard to describe it. You'd have to see it. And,
yes.
Let's see. Let's see, maybe 20 seconds.
We think. You mean this one?
Oh no, Contra's Bad Fur Day, but yeah, Bubsy's cool too.
Oh, you mean the classic Bubsy 64?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember this game, don't you?
No.
Yes, you remember
Oh.
Bubsy 64, don't you?
This is like Mario 64.
What? That's not what it says.
It looks like that. It's in Mario 64.
Well, you know, when you have memories of ancient verses, sometimes you can get confused. And you think you remember it one verses, but actually it's a different verses. It can be difficult. It can be difficult to remember. It can be difficult to remember. But look, this is classic. This is classic. This is classic Bubsy 64. Classic Bubsy 64, or maybe it's time for Sunshine. It's time for Sunshine.
I played Super Smash 64. But that was like 10 years ago.
We can't play this. We can't play the musications. But this. Oh my verses. This. You want to see Goat and Fish?
It's some Teletubby stuff.
No matter how they toss their dice.
But you can see that. So this appeared on National Televerses. What the fence? What the fence? This fence advertisement for my verses. Oh my verses! Look how they just harm one another. Can you believe they marketed this to Goat and Fish?
This is the Mario movie we should have gotten.
We think so. Can you believe that this is what? And then verses! What the Mario?
Whoa.
What the fence are you doing? What the verses? What the verses? What the verses? They don't make them like that anymore, do they? They're kind of afraid to show verses like that now.
Oh, yeah. It's too hardcore.
Say something to Goat versus Fish once more.
Something.
Celebration. They be versing. Goat versus Fish. We can't endorse this violence. They clearly need Goat versus Fish. They desperately need Goat versus
But
Fish.
doesn't GoatVsFish endorse GoatVsFish?
Goat versus Fish does endorse Goat versus Fish, but Goat versus Fish never endorses violence.
But
unless it's a consensual violence between Goat and Fish, like Boxing Day or something.
But how do GoatVsFish then, if they don't be violent?
Well, you have seen it before. You have played musications. You have played musications versus Hi-Fi Protege. You have had conversations. You've had debate. There's so many ways to versus. You've indulged in many of them.
That was all violent.
A violent discussion?
Yeah, it was very violent.
We didn't look like you got hurt in the verse. It doesn't look like you unless you were speaking of your feelings. Perhaps your feelings were hurt.
If no one got hurt, where's Hi-Fi Protege?
Where? Well, strange of you to ask such a question. Where is Hi-Fi Protege, Sunshine?
Where is Hi-Fi Protege?
What have you done? What have you done with Goat?
I left him with his guitar at the Comedy Store.
That reminds Goat versus Fish. So, Sunshine, you took the throne of Goat versus Fish on the 420 stream, yes?
Yes.
And then you gave the throne to Hi-Fi Protege at the end of the verses.
Yes.
However, after the stream ended, after the YouTube stream ended, hey, YouTubers, after the YouTube stream ended, verses, we checked the YouTube poll, and the YouTube poll asked, who's higher, Hi-Fi Protege, Goat, or Sunshine Fish? And Hi-Fi Protege won the YouTube poll by a margin of like 30%.
Oh yeah, he was talking like this the whole time, so it made sense that he was higher than Sunshine, because Hi-Fi Protege was talking like this the whole time. So it made sense that he won those verses. And Hi-Fi Protege thinks he won the debate, even though it was a unanimous decision that Sunshine won the debate, because Hi-Fi Protege tried to be a pick-me goat.
A pygmy goat?
A pick-me goat. He was trying to get everyone to
goat?
pick him. To pick Hi-Fi Protege. I'm so spoken unless Sunshine who's sucks. You don't come up with your own catchphrase, Hi-Fi Protege.
It's very goat versus fish who just want to steal.
Yeah.
To steal a versus. It's like, I'll just take your versus. Space Station Silicon Valley. We heard of that versus. That was another rare versus that Goat versus Fish would like to revisit. Is there a goat? Is there a goat in that versus? That we think there's a fish. Space Station Silicon Valley. It's this crazy. It's this crazy versus. It's this crazy versus. We like looking at the weird ones here on Goat versus Fish. So it's like here you are, and you are this. So you're this creature. Oh no, the fence! Oh, watch out for that fence! Are those goats? Are those goats? It's like, what the fence are you even trying to do around here?
Those are factors.
What is this? Mouse versus sheep? That's a false versus. It's a false versus. In the fence, fence on fence violence. Fence on fence violence. The mouse is the fish. Well, then it is fish versus goat. So we think that for some verses, so you do all these verses, But then you see after you do these verses. Get away from that fence. Sounds like a goat. So then you get to become the goat. You see that? You're like this little fence bot. And then you get to leap out. You get to leap out of the creatures, and you get to control. So here you're a fish, and then you leap out like this. Whoop! And now you become goat. Now you're goat now. Climbing up mountains, leaping over the fence. So we don't know what the fence you're trying to accomplish here. You're probably trying to collect verses or something. Whoa! Celebration! Look at the boxes of verses. Look at the box of the verses.
Oh.
SV VS. We have found Goat versus Fish. We found Goat versus Fish in the verses. Long play Space Station Silicon Valley, more like Space Station Goat versus Fish. You never know. You never know where Goat versus Fish is going to show up, and here are boxes of verses. Here are big boxes of verses. Big boxes of verses. Oh, that's putrid. Have we ever played Little Samson? Is this a fish? Please tell us it's a fish. Oh, Sunshine, look who it is.
Oh, it's a penguin. It's penguin versus. Hey. Noot.
Oh, we thought that sound came from the game. Wait, fish? Is that fish? Oh no, they think they're Goat versus Fish. Look how they mock us with that crown. Now they think they're Goat versus Fish.
Whoa. Big penguin.
Now they think they're Goat versus Fish. Where's the fish? Do you ever get to be a fish? Fence creatures. It's just fence on. It's just fence after 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 fence. Where's the fish? Where's the fish? Shouldn't there be a fish somewhere on this space station of verses? Surely there must be a fish somewhere.
Something fishy. Let's change this called something fishy.
Fish! We found the fish! 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 We got the fish! We got the fish! We got the fish! We got the fish. Celebrate more fish. Celebrate more fish. Celebrate more fish.
Celebration.
Celebration more fish.
Celebration.
Now, there's lots of verses we could do. There's lots of verses we could do, Goat and Fish. There's lots of verses that we could do. But can you believe, to review for the N64 review, but would you believe that it has been 2 hours and 5 minutes of Goat versus Fish? Would you believe that verses?
Those verses flew by.
They fly by, they fly by. They fly by. They fly by if you try, but we think that we need to tally up the verses. We need to tally up the verses.
Ooh.
How's that possible? How's that possible? It's like, no, we need more Goat versus Fish. We need more Goat versus Fish. N64 musications. N64 musications. Now, this isn't strictly an N64 musication, but we're going to put it on anyway. It's one of our favorite. Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish. Well, let's do this versus. Let's do this versus. Since I can mix Amber. Well, you know the verses I can mix Amber. You know the verses. There are ways to entice Goat versus Fish and Sunshine to go for longer. There are ways. There are ways. Sunshine, can you read the Goat note and tell us what do we need to add to the verses of Goat versus Fish?
2 goats.
We're going to lower the volume here just the verses.
Is this a goat song?
So what's that for Goat versus Fish?
Is this a goat song? I mean,
no, those are just 2 goat.
Oh, I mean over here.
That's a marble race win for Goat.
Oh, marble race win for goat.
Marble race win for Goat.
2 goats.
That was crazy awesome.
Yeah.
Crazy awesome with the marble win for Goat.
I see a fish.
Crazy awesome.
1 fish.
1 fish.
1 sub for fish.
1 sub for fish.
And I see a fence on the fish.
1 sub for fish.
Oh, I mean, I see a fence on the fish. I don't know what this fence on the fish is.
1 sub for fish.
Or is that 1 sub for fish?
That's a sub for fish.
But what's this fence doing here?
What's that versus?
Fence.
We think that fence can just be ignored.
Ooh, sounds good.
But we have two goats to add though. So we have 2 goat.
Yeah. 2 goat marble race.
2 goat. Celebrating for goats. And we have a fence pole. It would seem a fence pole. That's a pole for a fence.
Oh, why does fence have a pole?
I can fix Amber Heard.
Oh, he won the pole.
The cast iron fence.
Okay.
Fence pole.
Rest in peace, fence.
So what does it mean, Goat and Fish? What does it mean? What does it all mean? Let's count the verses. Fish. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, 11 fish. 11 fish. 8 goats. So that's a versus for fish. That's a versus for fish. Celebration for fish, because there are more fish than goat. In the verses of the bits, we have 100 bits for fish. We have 100 bits for fish. We have 100 bits for fish. no bids for goat. For a mere 101 bits, goat could steal the verses from fish, or fish could lock in and secure their lead. But for now, fish have won the bits with 100 bits for fish. 100 bits for fish!
Celebration.
However, when it comes to subscription, goat have the clear advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subscriptions for goat. 2 mighty subscriptions for fish. Goat take the verses of the subscription and the marble race for goat. And the marble race for goat, that's 2 verses for goat. That's 2 verses for goat. That's 2 verses for goat.
Ooh, Weed Pipe cheered 1 bits.
1 bits?
Yeah.
1 bits for fish?
1 bits for fish.
Celebration, that's Fish 101. That's Fish 101, appreciation Weed Pipe. It's a sympathy bit for goat.
Sympathy bit. Oh.
1 bit for goat. Sympathy bit for goat. Sympathy bit for goat.
Okay.
Weed Pipe, in their sympathy, have left the goat open to advantage for 100 bits. Goat could steal a verses from fish. Fence has 1 verses. Fence has 1 verses. So here, goat and fish. We have 2 verses for fish. We have 2 verses for goat. We have 1 verses for the fence. However, there's also the YouTube poll. Let's not forget about the YouTube poll. It was for goat. There was rectification. There was rectification on goat versus fish. The YouTube poll has 6 votes, and goat has 50% of the vote. Fish has 33. Fence has 17. Goat take the YouTube poll. Which means 3 verses for goat.
Celebration.
That means 3 verses for goat. And if there's 3 verses for goat and only 2 verses for fish, and 1 for the fence, that would be a try for goat.
Celebration for goat.
But the verses is not over yet.
Yay.
We're not done yet.
But we're not done yet? You mean there's more verses to be had?
Well, we just want to give the goat and fish a final chance to affect the outcome.
Oh.
If they wish. You see the state of the verses. You now have until the end of Sunshine Time to change the outcome of the verses. Goat and fish.
Remember when Hi-Fi threatened to delete his channel if no one watched him?
Oh, we did. Did Hi-Fi ever do that?
Well, I saw 0 views on his video, but there might have been a bug. But his channel's still up, so I'm going to say that Hi-Fi, I would say rest in peace, Goat, but your channel's still up.
Sunshine, do you have a N64 soundtrack song that you want to jam along to for this special N64 Goat vs. Fish edition of Sunshine Time?
I never had an N64, but why don't you put on GoldenEye? Or would MGM claim it?
It's difficult to say. Let's find out. Probably would.
Yeah.
Let's try this though.
Yeah, the pause music.
Oh, the pause. Oh, my verses. Okay, GoldenEye pause music. Nice verses. I can fix Amber Heard. A broken fence is still verses once every goat
It was
or
eventually
fish.
gold, but yeah.
Oh, it's eventually Gold. Oh, never mind. I can fix Amber Heard trying to steal the verses. GoldenEye pause music.
I think I played GoldenEye on my uncle's N64.
GoldenEye pause music. Uncle Goat versus Fish. Watch pause music. GoldenEye extended. Here we go. Here we go. Take it away, Sunshine.
Oh, it's hot.
Oh, yes. It's Sunshine time. GoatVsFish, follow It's Sunshine. You already do, but out of respect for Sunshine, we tell you anyway. And if you don't follow Sunshine on Instagram, you can. Link is in the verses. Can you crank it up even more? You are as loud as we can here on the Goat versus Fish side of the verses. Let's get a little more Sunshine. GoatVsFish, this is your chance. This is your chance. If Fish do not come back with some verses, then Goat is going to triumph. The Goat is going to triumph. But it might be difficult to do. Goat have the subscription. Goat have the subscription and the marble areas. Why are there three? Why are there three verses for Goat? Oh, because of the YouTube poll. Anyone who follows I Can Fix Amber Heard gets a free fence emoji. We're not sure why you'd want that, but... Burger King, I Can Fix Burger King fell off their throne. Oh, my verses. Amber says you guys need to get high more often.
I could have today, but no one gave the full verse $420 verse.
If you want sunshine to go outside and get some fresh air, it's 420. Someone did know it. 420? 4 versus American dollars and 20 cents. What about all of you? Hi, bye, GoatVsFish and Sanshine. GoatVsFish, GoatVsFish. GoatVsFish simply cannot partake of the grass of the land and the weed of the sea every verses. It is not in the interest of the health of GoatVsFish. It can only be on special verses for GoatVsFish. But Sunshine is willing to oblige. Sunshine is willing to oblige, but GoatVsFish, you must forgive GoatVsFish. Roy Story says Fish versus Goat. Welcome to GoatVsFish, Roy Story. Are you Goat or are you Fish? I Can Fix Amber Heard. We're not going to negotiation around. It's not fine verses to negotiate around doing sums of verses in exchange for compensation like that. It's not something GoatVsFish wants to encourage on the verses. Tyrus with 50 bits for Fish. Tyrus with 50 bits for Fish. Tyrus is in the verses. Tyrus. Tyrus. But we thank you for the offer. I Can Fix Amber Heard. We really do. 250, 250 bits from Tyrus Celebration. 250 Vermish. 250 Tyrus. 250 and one more fish and one more fish. Those will be added to the verses. Those will be added to the verses. Appreciation Tyrus. We're doing some sunshine jams here on Golden Eye Pause music. All right, sunshine. Let's do this versus. Let's get a bit metallic on it. Like this. Oh well, that's that versus. From You Are Special, Mr. Rogers. Verses go like this. Please don't think it's funny. In the long, long trip of growing, there are stops along the way. For thoughts of all the soft things, and a look at yesterday. For a chance to fill our feelings with comfort and with ease, and then tell the new tomorrow, you can come now when you please. So please don't think it's funny when you want an extra kiss. Oh, Mr. Rogers. There are lots and lots of people who sometimes feel like this. Please don't think it's funny when you want the ones you miss. There are lots and lots of GoatVsFish who sometimes feel like this. DJ Pasty with a celebration for Goat, and Tires with $2.50 for Goat versus Fish. Tires with $2.50 for Goat versus Fish. Tires with $2.50 for Goat versus Fish. Appreciation. Goat. It looks like Goat are going to triumph this versus. And this reminds us of kind of what we did this stream. Have a look at this Goat. The Goat is just watching the verses. The Goat's just watching verses. Look at that Goat. Is that you? Is that you watching Goat versus Fish? Is that someone watching Goat versus Fish? Is that you out there watching Goat versus Fish, just lounging and relaxing? Is that Goat versus Fish watching Goat versus Fish?
You know I am a goat. Oh, now I am a goat.
Yeah.
You know I'm a goat. Oh, I'm a goat and I'm versus a fish. And I miss a fish. And the bird and I miss a fish. To the bird, and I miss a fish. And I miss the fish.
How did you find a video of me? Oh, it's all over. You would be surprised you can find videos of yourselves all over the interwebiverse. You were meant to have this video of you shared, yes. Serious question. Saturday, a typical busy day for Goat versus Fish. This Saturday, Goat versus Fish has a special versus to do. Goat versus Fish is going camping again. A very different kind of camping, but Goat versus Fish is going camping again this versus. DJ Pasty, 3 consecutive verses. Appreciation. Friday and Saturday are definitely versable. Look, Goat and Fish.
Celebration for DJ Pasty.
Goat and Fish. Sunshine and Goat versus Fish have been speaking very candidly about occasionally doing a Friday stream, occasionally doing a Saturday versus stream. We have been talking about this. We have been trying to ponder what could they be, how could they be. Because Goat and Fish, we have been bringing you 64 episodes of the Goat vs. Fish Morning Motivational simultaneously, all 64 episodes broadcast simultaneously, and consistently. And consistency with Goat vs. Fish is a very critical versus. We don't want you would never want Sunshine to burn out on Goat vs. Fish. You would never want Goat vs. Fish to burn out. So we want to ensure that the most critical versus of all is that we bring you more Goat vs. Fish. And, of course, it has always been the verses that the more you support Goat versus Fish, the more Goat versus Fish you get. But, of course, sometimes you have to give more Goat versus Fish in order to get the support. Sometimes you have to reverse the verses. We understand. Sometimes it's Fish versus Goat. So we have been pondering that perhaps we could have some sort of monetization goal during Goat versus Fish, during a week of Goat versus Fish, that if we get however many millions of American dollars between Goat versus Fish Monday through Goat versus Fish Thursday, that it triggers a bonus Friday stream on Goat versus Fish or something like this. We've been pondering something like this. But Goat versus Fish, of course, as witnessed on America's Got Talent, Goat versus Fish is occasionally booked on a Fry versus, booked on a Saturday versus, or we have places to go out of town. So some verses it simply cannot be done. Why do you ask? I can fix Amber Heard. Why do you ask? Why do you ask, Goat versus Fish? That video is so cute. Oh, my verses we know.
Also, I stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
True.
Usually, but this weekend I'm taking the weekend off, so I can have my beauty fish sleep.
Check it out.
Your dreams come true. Come on out.
Why did you gift your mate and his new bride a goat? I mean, who doesn't want to go? He just had this idea planted in his head. I want to get a goat. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Not a dog, not a cat. I want to go. And what's the best man's job? To make sure he's happy. So I got him a goat.
And Luke, have you named the goat? You know, where is the goat now?
Yeah, so the goat's at my house while they're on honeymoon in Singapore.
Yes.
Hoping them all the best. Yeah, the goat's got a name. It's called Polenta.
What
now, what's the story behind the name polenta?
So, polenta is like a northern Italian dish. It's a base. It's almost like, to describe it to everybody, the cornstarch version of mashed potatoes, used as like a base when with many dishes. And it particularly goes well with goat.
No.
Tonight, I'm here to make your dreams come true.
Shout out to Adelaide.
Let's one more look at that. One more look at that wedding goat. Wedding goat, yeah! Woo! That's a goat. That's a goat. That's a wedding goat. That's a big wedding goat.
Shout out to Adelaide. It's a cool city.
I Can Fix Amber Heard says like 500 or something. We think that we could trigger a Friday stream for even less than 500. We think 500 is a fair versus. GoatVsFish was even thinking that maybe because we promise, GoatVsFish promises. What if it was like 60? We were pondering that we do a living stream. We do a living stream. 60. If we make 60 versus American dollars in a stream, then it triggers a bonus hour of streaming because it's like one versus American dollar per minute of bonus stream.
On the same stream?
On the same stream. If we make 60 versus American dollars before the end of the verses, it triggers a bonus hour, $1 per minute.
Some days I do have to leave at 10.
It's true. But GoatVsFish could hold down the verses if we had to.
Oh, for sure.
And you could join some verses.
Yeah.
So we were pondering that, and then so we thought, well, if 60 versus American dollars a stream triggers a bonus hour of GoatVsFish, then if we make 60 versus American dollars on every stream that week, which would be 240 versus American dollars, then that triggers the Friday stream of GoatVsFish. If we make accumulation of 240 versus American dollars, but then again, they do take a percentage. But we could say like 250, like 250 versus American dollars, half of what I Can Fix Amber Heard. 100 per hour, 5 hour. You want to trigger a 5 hour stream of GoatVsFish? Well, if you want to give Goat and Fish 100 per hour, that would be an interesting versus. But we were thinking maybe 250 to trigger a Friday stream. That could be a versus. I Can Fix Amber Heard says 100 per hour, 5 hours for what verses? For a 5 hour Friday stream? We suppose you could always throw in more verses to add more verses. But how does that seem to you? 250 versus American dollars in a week triggers Friday stream? What do you think, Sunshine? Honest verses. Speak freely to Goat-vs-Fish.
250 versus American dollars.
A little closer.
How much like more is that than a usual week in GoatVsFish? Morning motivational.
It seems we've experienced similar verses before. But not always. That would just be base verses. And then on the Friday stream there could be even more versus American dollars because it's a bonus stream.
Yeah. I would say, sure, 250 to trigger a versus American Friday stream.
And of course, then we can do that one versus, and then of course we can just see how it goes. And then if you think it should, if we think it should be more, then we can see how it be.
I like the one fence proposition that sounds very good. Is that a 5 hour stream, 100 per hour, as a one-off on occasion.
Well, we could always double the verses. 250 to trigger Friday stream, but if 500 and it's a 5 hour Friday stream.
That's versatile.
That's versatile. 250 triggers Friday stream, but 500 5-hour Friday stream. Big verses, big Friday verses. And of course, it does not have to be all at once. This is accumulation among all donations, every tip, every sub, every verses. It all contributions over the week towards the goal of Goat versus Fish. That's versatile. That's versatile.
Sounds versatile.
You sent fish. You sent a fish versus on Instagram. Okay, Hi-Fi has sent a fish versus. Hi-Fi has sent a fish versus. This is critical versus. Hi-Fi has sent a fish versus. Hi-Fi sent a fish versus. Let's see what it be. Let's see what it be. Oh, my verses. What could this possibly be?
What's your favorite thing?
Okay. We're going to find out. We're going to find out right here, right now on Goat versus Fish. We're going to find out. Some manner of conversation is happening. Hi-Fi Protege has sent us this fish versus. Hi-Fi Protege is a goat, though. This is all we have so far. Sunshine, what is your prediction? What's this versus going to be all about? It was sent by Hi-Fi, and they said it's about fish.
It's going to be asking for a recap of everything that you just described to Hi-Fi Protege.
Hi-Fi, is it fish titties? Goat versus Fish
Fishtivities.
can't show titties on the verses.
I think you're saying festivities.
Festivities. Ah.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out.
Thing to do in San Francisco?
Go to Fisherman's Wharf.
And do what?
Put out firecrackers.
Light out firecrackers?
Yeah, I love firecrackers.
You like messing with people?
Hell yeah.
You're a menace.
I'm a menace to society.
What's your favorite thing to do in San Francisco?
Go to Fisherman's Wharf.
Fisherman's Wharf. It's fish. That's a fish versus. We cannot deny that's a fish versus. Fisherman's Wharf firecrackers? Or is that saying that this is a menacing goat that goes to the place of fish and just starts blowing things up with firecrackers?
This is a very good first draft, Hi-Fi Protege. Keep it up.
Festivities. A menace! A menace! A menace! Oh, goat versus fish. Oh, my verses. So that was some goat verses. Let's see if goat versus fish can find some other verses. Let's look at a quick musication appreciation. Oh, my verses. Oh, my verses. The fence. Goat versus Fish could do that. We could just get a bunch of stuffed goat and stuffed fish and go play musications and be like, hey, hire Goat versus Fish. We'll fill the Goat versus Fish mobile with 1 million goat and fish, and we probably have enough goat and fish in the verses already. Show up, give a celebration. Because this fence sitter, DJ doesn't trust him. Not trusting that fence creature. Sunshine, what do you make of this? Of this musication? You're the musication expert around here. What kind of fence music is this?
I can see this being Hi-Fi Protege's first dance at his wedding.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
A wedding, Hi-Fi's wedding or Hi-Fi's funeral? Oh, my verses. Yes, Goat versus Fish will play at your funeral. You just have to set aside provisions for Goat versus Fish, and yes, Goat versus Fish will play at your funeral. You have to cover the funeral expense. The funeral expense for Goat versus Fish is $500 versus American dollars plus transportation and lodging. If you can cover that for Goat versus Fish, we will play your funeral. And for $500 versus American dollars, we'll cut Sunshine in on the verses. But then, of course, you have to pay for Sunshine's travel, too, so we'll figure something out. If you cover the travel and expenses of Goat versus Fish, plus $500 and lodging, then you can have Goat versus Fish play your funeral. And if you cover the Sunshine's expenses too, then we'll cut Sunshine in on the 500. That's what we'll do. Or you can make it. You have to pay a bonus 100. 600 brings out Goat vs. Fish and Sunshine. All expenses paid. We'll play your funeral. Goat vs. Fish playing at my funeral would be epic. Oh yes. Well, Sunshine, we think that you have been mentioning the Goat vs. Fish, the Goat vs. Fish anti-anxiety conversation go around with public and Goat vs. Fish anti-anxiety tour.
Oh, yes, the anti-anxiety tour. Anti-social anxiety tour.
Yes, anti-social anxiety. That would actually be a fun tour name for Goat vs. Fish, the Goat vs. Fish anti-anxiety tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of anti-anxiety, let's get these flames off of the verses.
See, that's less anxiety.
Fence music. Now you want to see some fish music? This is the big final verses. Check this out.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where current swish? Look at the fish! Different sorts of need a boat to see real sharks or see an archer fish that spits. Pick two! Look at the fish! Stingray is a little bit a snooper, but everybody's got to see the grouper. See it, grouper! Come, let's mix where rockfish skip their kicks or smelling otter shrimpy picks. Woo-wee! Look at the fish! Have you seen the cavern blue? Giant sea bass swimming through. Oh, that famous moist air. Turtles coming up for air.
No, we don't need turtles. We don't need crabs. No, go back to fish.
Freshwater or
go back to the fish.
It's a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where currents swish? Look at the fish!
This stream is not sponsored by Aquarium of the Pacific, a nonprofit organization, but we do support looking at the fish. Celebrate for fish, celebrate for fish!
Celebrate for fish.
I don't know what I'm watching, but it's amazing. How often do we hear that on every stream of Goat vs. Fish? We hear that at least
every
once.
Other stream, yeah. There's a new person who comes in and says, I don't know what I'm watching, but I'm here to stay.
Looking at the fish!
We're looking at it. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where currents swish?
Looking at the fish! Goat and fish, you've been looking at the fish, you've been looking at the goat, you've been looking at Goat vs. Fish. It is true. Tyrus came in with 250 for Goat vs. Fish. But Goat and Fish, this is the verses, and the Goat with 3 verses. The Goat do triumph. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat.
Celebration for Goat.
Celebration for Goat. Goat. Celebration for Goat. Okay, I need to find that video for later. Okay, we will drop it to you in the congregation, so you can gaze upon it. Social anxiety fears Goat vs. Fish. Goat and Fish, the Goat do triumph, 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 the Goat do triumph. Hey, Sunshine, can we play your guitar?
Yeah.
Can you allow Goat vs. Fish a verses?
Yeah.
This might be the first verses that Goat vs. Fish plays the Sunshine guitar on the stream.
Yeah. You want distortion? Or you want clean?
You just serve it however you wish. You serve it however you wish. It's a song of triumph for a goat. So maybe that you do want it distorted because you're a fish.
Oh, turn the volume knob all the way up.
The goat do triumph. The goat do triumph over the fish. The goat do triumph. The goat do triumph over the fish. The fish put up a mighty fine verses, but the goat do triumph over the fish. The goat do triumph. The goat do triumph over the fish. Yes, we were looking at the fish, but the goats do triumph over the fish. Maybe a goat can be your wedding gift when the goats do triumph over the fish. If goat think that the fish be too mean, maybe you could just be a goat watching your screen on the N64 celebration stream. The goat do triumph over the fish. Celebration, celebration for goat, celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. And we'll see you on the next verses of Goat vs. Fish. We'll see you on the next verses of Goat vs. Fish, you goat and fish, as we keep exploring the verses of sitting around, but not on the fence at all, but not on the fence. But never on the fence, goat and fish. Goat vs. Fish would like to thank our glorious patrons: Ben Birdperson, the Quacksinator, Jimmy Wrench, Mama Joe, Brahma Joe, Standard Average, Tuggerugger, Hogrim, Eldergrown, Uberkit, and Petistador, eventually Gold, Prism Bloom, Psychic Buckeye 12, Drew in the Humble Congregation, the Elite Humble Congregation, Lord Saturn, Karmic, Prue Lawrence, Atro, Sourdough, Watt 9807, That One Book Guy, Napoleon Doom, and the Unification Congregation of I Can Fix Amber Heard. Appreciation. Appreciation. DJ Pacey says, I want more Goat vs. Fish. We know we want more Goat vs. Fish, and you will get more Goat vs. Fish on the Goat vs. Fish Morning Motivation every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10, usually 10:30, but we promise you 10, but we're always giving you bonus verses. So don't despair when Goat vs. Fish and Sanshine ask you for compensation for even more bonus verses. We're always giving you bonus verses. We're always giving you bonus verses. And appreciation to our patrons. It's a great way to support Goat vs. Fish. The patrons got early access to the Afro Man video. So if you want occasional early access to Goat vs. Fish, consider joining the Patreon of Goat vs. Fish for $5, $10, or $20 American dollars a month.
Celebration, DJ Pasty.
Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish is part of the Goat vs. Fish Network. Goat vs. Fish is part of the Goat vs. Fish Network. There is no corporation. There is no CBS. There's no Disney that is paying Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish is truly. You may say, it's funny. Goat vs. Fish is just doing an imitation. Like Goat vs. Fish it comes to you from support from viewers like you, but it's true. Goat vs. Fish does come from support from viewers like you. So consider joining the Patreon of Goat vs. Fish to support the creation of ever more Goat vs. Fish. It is appreciation. And be sure also to support Sunshine at It's Sunshine on Twitch. Appreciation. Support appreciation. Me. Support. Goat and Fish, support Goat and Fish. But yes, Goat and Fish, we may be in a mode of relaxation, but do not forget that Goat vs. Fish, we still wake up so you don't have to. We're still here to bring you the verses of Goat vs. Fish. And if you don't think we're working hard moving this chair, it took Sunshine and Goat vs. Fish just to move the throne of Goat vs. Fish. So celebration more Goat, celebration more Fish, celebration on your triumph, Goat, celebration on your triumph, Goat. It's time now to end the YouTube stream of Goat vs. Fish, to end the YouTube stream of Goat vs. Fish.
Rest in peace, YouTube.
Oh, and by the verses, YouTube. By the verses. $2,758 watch hours out of 3,000.
Celebration. We're near the end game. You know what you have to do.
Watch more Goat vs. Fish on YouTube. Watch more Goat vs. Fish.
Yay! Are you sure they're not counting both? The public watch hours and the shorts?
Yeah, shorts are only counted by views, not by time.
Oh, it's one of the following. Okay.
Maybe a walk with, perhaps so. YouTube, we'll see you about. We'll see you about YouTube celebration appreciation. Are you a goat or fish? Are you a goat or fish? Are you a goat or fish?
Fish.
Are you a goat or fish?
Fish.
Are you a goat or fish?
Fish.
Are you a goat or fish?
Ooh, I mean
Are
fish.
you a goat or fish?
Fish.